We left Guernsey after filling up with water, food and fuel and set sail for Lavarat. The sails went up as the sun went down for the start of our first overnight sail.
So Jake is a very happy boy. We just hit 8.1 knots. How are we, Jake?
8.1!
8.5! It's alright to say we've had a good start from Guernsey.
What a cracking sail! We've got the Jenny, the staysail and the lane up. We're going on about, we're doing about 7-8 knots. I think we touched 9 at one point.
Morning everyone. Excuse the no makeup and the glasses. I've just woken up to do my second night shift of the sail. Just after 4 o'clock in the morning UK time, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning French time. I've done my second shift. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's a sunrise sail. Got wind over tide at the minute, so that means we've slowed right down to about 2 knots. But it's still moving. And hopefully the tide will turn around and take us down with the wind, and we'll pick up a bit of speed. I think we're doing quite well. I think we're about halfway there. So the rest of the sail should be in daylight after this. Al's going to take over from me about 6 o'clock in the morning. So in about an hour and a half's time. Yeah, we're doing alright so far. Just had a cup of coffee. Trying to edit a blog post for Barefoot Boat Bums for Jake. About to have a little snack. Yeah, we're doing alright. We made it to Lavarat and spent a day or two recharging our batteries in the shelter of the river. We then pushed on to the next leg to Alderney.
Saint-Yvette in Alderney is a great place to stop off before crossing Biscay. It's a free mooring and anchorage outside the river till July, and a cafe with great Wi-Fi to check for the right weather before crossing Biscay.
As we hadn't been ashore for 3 days, we decided to head into town to see what we could find, including this cool little cafe.
That is awesome. What a cool little spot.
Al had brought some wood nut pork with him, so we decided to barbecue the ribs on the back of the boat. First barbecue on the boat.
First of many.
Ooh.
We like barbecue sauce.
We've used quite a lot of weather forecasts in the past, but the best we have found so far is windy. They use lots of different weather forecasts and create an animation of the strength of wind and direction they think is forecast. You do need the internet though, so we have Navtex on board as well for when we were crossing Biscay.
We planned our Biscay crossing around the weather, and we decided that Saturday evening looked the best to leave. We went into town for the last time, and we stumbled upon a French market full of fresh fruits, vegetables, cheeses and meats, and even some artwork. We had a look around and stocked up with a few bits before our journey.
So it starts. Start of the Biscay crossing. Don't eat me! Don't eat me! Here we are. First evening across Biscay. We're not leaning over so much. Let's see if we bottom. Underwater view. One fishing line out there. Big fishing line out there. And us with our jig just that's there. Had no fish yet, but one would hope we'd get one for doing 300 miles across the Biscay. So, about 50 miles from the nearest coast of Spain. Got a couple of fishing rods at the back there. Sun's out aloft, sea's looking very blue, and we just made this awesome little invention of putting the kayak seat on the bow, which is now the best seat in the house.
Yeah, it is!
These big rolling Atlantic swells coming past. Sure, the camera's not going to do it justice.
We arrived in A Coruna at 6 o'clock in the morning after being at sea for 2.5 days. It was a hard sail, but I think we were all relieved to be arriving in A Coruna as the sun came up. It looked a beautiful day. We had a nap before wandering around town.
Jake, how does it feel to have crossed the Bay of Biscay, be in A Coruna?
Very good. In the sun. Relieved we're here. Boat works. Not broken. Quite a tough sail. Knackered this morning. Arrived, what, 6 o'clock? Just as the sun was coming up. Feeling much better after a beer and a good sleep.
We then had to say goodbye to my dad, our crew across Biscay. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Not just the sail, but all the months leading up to us leaving. We couldn't have done it without you, and we hope to see you back on Ragtime soon.
Later that day, we drove to Santiago de Compostela, the end of the pilgrimage for thousands each year, completing the Camino de Santiago.
Pilgrims from all over the world either walk or cycle to Santiago de Compostela, that finishes in this square.
For some pilgrims, the journey to Santiago de Compostela is a spiritual one, as the alleged remains of the martyr St. James lie in the cathedral. For others, it might be a physical or mental challenge.
En aquel tiempo, dijo Jesús a sus discípulos, no atesoren.
The next day, we visited the Tower of Hercules, the oldest working lighthouse in the world. It was originally built by the Romans in the 1st century, but has undergone many modifications since.
It's a long way up.
After climbing the 234 steps to reach the viewpoint, you're greeted with a magnificent view across the Ria and A Coruna. According to the legend, Hercules fought with the giant Geryon, who terrorised the local population. Hercules defeated him, he buried his head and ordered that the tower be built on top of it. Nearby the tower, he founded the city, A Coruna. So this is Jake making bread on the boat. How's it going, Jake?
I can't get it off my hands.
So Tamara's supposed to be helping. Tamara's translating the flower packet.
Supposed to be helping.
I'm just looking at how good is Jake.
In fairness, Jake did very well. His first batch of bread was
Middle of Biscay.
was pretty epic, given the fact that he made it in Biscay. Going across Biscay, sorry. How does this compare to your first loaf?
Well, it's not what I'm used to. It's a Spanish.
Spanish flour. You can't blame it on Spanish flour.
Come on. Do you want me to try?
I'm on it tomorrow. I've got this.
Baker Jake.
Baker Jake.
This lifestyle change is adding many strings to Jake's bow in terms of talents. Sailor, captain, engineer, baker.
Catch more flour, please.
Always. But I think it's like too much flour now, Jake.
Really?
Yes.
Do it a bit longer.
Say that again.
It's about done.
It's about done, or it could do with a bit longer. Jake?
Well, I don't know. Have a look.
After you kept saying, no, I want to take it out now, and I said, wait 5 minutes, Jake. Or maybe wait 10 minutes.
It's burning on the bottom.
Is it?
Do you reckon I could quickly throw some water in the bottom tray?
Yes.
Yeah? I feel happy about that.
This is it's a temperamental oven. Woo!
It's hot in there. It's going to be good. It's going to be slightly burnt on the bottom.
Slow.
That means it's well done. It's caramelised.
Caramelised? No. Caramelised is just burnt.
Oh, Jakey Berry. Star Baker. Okay, so it's the moment of truth. Jake with his special hat on.
Not my hat.
His captain's hat.
Yeah. William sold it me.
And he's going to check the bread that he's been baking. We've used a different type of flour. Used a brown flour. That looks alright to me, Jakey. Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay. Turn it over.
Ta-da!
Not burnt! I mean, a
it's
bit
the best you got that, aren't you?
well done.
Sounds hot, eh?
I don't know what it's supposed to sound like. Is that bread sound that
Apparently it's
bread's supposed to make? Well done, Jake. Jakey Berry. Well done. How do
It
you
looks
feel?
good crusty there as well.
It does. I'm excited about this. And the thing is, we're going to have it with Tamara's. What are we going to have it with? Tomato and...
Pan tumaca
Yeah.
with some serrano ham.
Serrano ham and some tomatoes. Tomato. Well done, Jake. Yay.
That evening we went to the San Juan Festival, which is Galicia's biggest festival. It's annual on the 23rd of June.
The San Juan Festival is the celebration of summer and the start of a new season, throwing away the old and welcoming in the new.
There were thousands of people on the beaches and in the streets. All the restaurants and bars were selling sardines on the barbecue.
It is tradition on the night of San Juan to build a bonfire, jump over it to purify your soul. Thousands of Galicians do this each year, but it seems that this was the main beach to do it. It was incredible to see so many people and bonfires crammed into one space. There was live music around every corner and the smell of barbecued sardines filled the air. It was amazing.
It is tradition to stay until the sun comes up. We even saw young families till about 2 o'clock in the morning. How did Lucy?
Good! The next day we took everyone for a short sail over to the anchorage so we could all have a swim.
Hi guys! A nice little sail. We went and anchored over there, the other side of the rear of La Coruna, and we're just heading back to La Coruna. Drop these guys back off because they're off tomorrow morning. Ollie's found the best seat in the house.
Thanks for visiting Holly, Judy and Tamara. We hope you enjoyed your stay on Ragtime and being part of the Barefoot Boat Bum crew. Join us next week when we go exploring in search of new anchorages in northern Spain.